All right, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I've been going over the PowerPoint presentations for Murox ASP.NET 4.6 with C# 2015, 6th edition. And I'm up to Chapter 9, How to Work with Master Pages. So we are working our way through Section 2. After Chapter 9, we'll go into Chapter 10, How to Work with Bootstrap in ASP.NET. And then Chapter 11, which is on how to work with friendly URLs and routing, and that'll get us into section 3 of the book, or part 3 of the book, which is on ASP.NET database programming. So let's just begin, please. As we look through our objectives, our applied objectives, build web apps that use master pages to provide the elements that are the same for a set of content pages. Convert regular ASP.NET pages to content pages that use a master page. Our knowledge objectives describe the use of master pages, content placeholders, content pages, and content elements. Describe the use of the client ID mode property as it relates to master and content pages. Describe the way you provide default content in a master page and override it in a content page. Describe the way you expose a public property in a master page and access the public property from a content page. So, as we start looking at this, the author mentions on page 309, as you develop the pages of a web app, you'll find that many pages require the same elements. In other words, you'll have common headers, nav bars, footers, etc. For example, in this page here, both the order page and the shopping cart page, I guess that's both, those both are the same page. But both the order page and the shopping cart page, you have the same header. All right, they also have the same, they're set up the same way basically. So the easiest way to create pages with common elements like this is to use master pages. That's what the chapter is about. So we start with how to create master pages. Let's first define what a master page is. A master page is a page that provides common elements for other pages of a website. It provides a framework for presenting the content of the pages of a web app. As a result, master pages allow you to create a website that has a common look and feel. For instance, as we just mentioned, master pages make it easy to include headers, navigation menus, and footers on any to all pages of a website. So this figure that you see right here, this is figure 9.1 that's taken from page 311. And it says it shows the basics of how a master page actually works. As you can see, the page that's actually sent to the browser is created by combining the elements of that you see right here. This is the master page that has the header and the nav bar, and this is the content page. So it's the page that just slides in there so it looks like this. So we create this by combining the master page and a content page. The content page provides the content unique to each page in the app, and the master page provides the elements common to all pages. In the example here, the master page, which is typically called site.master, as it is in this case, provides the header at the top of each page, along with a navigation menu and a default footer on the bottom of each page. You can't see the footer in this example because its content has been overridden by the content page, but we'll see it later in the chapter. The master page also includes content placeholders that indicate where the content from each content page should be displayed. In the example that you see here, the content page is the order.aspx page, and the content is displayed in the main placeholder for the master page. The name of this page is order.aspx. It's the same as what we saw in Chapter 4. In other words, when you use content pages, the individual pages of your web app become, when you use master pages, I should say, the individual pages of the web app become the content pages. So let's start talking about how you code a master page. Let's go at it in this way, and that is what we've done in the past. And I still have this older program up, which we're not going to use in here, but if I came in and do a file new website, and I chose, let's say, ASP.NET Forms, okay? All right. When we come in there and we start to create our new website, whether it be that or whether it be an empty site, isn't going to matter. And I want to make sure, again, I'm doing this right. So file, in fact, let's do it like this. Let's close our solution. And we won't even save. That's fine. But I'm going to do a file, new website. And I'm going to choose this ASP.NET Web Form site. I'll give it a name. We'll call it Garbage2. All right, and we click OK. Now, that creates a bunch of stuff for us, and that's not exactly what I wanted to do, but that's okay. All right. This will show us a few things, such as, well, when we look through here, notice we've got a site.master file. Let's open up that file and go to design mode. And this is what's in it. Now, it doesn't look like much, but what it's saying is each page on the site is going to have this application name, and it's going to have my ASP.NET application. This thing that's down here looks, at least, as though it's a footer, and this thing up here looks like it's a header. Well, let's go to the source and find out. So what do we have here? I'm going to go back to this in just a minute, but in our actual code itself that we have here, all right, we've got div class, yeah, boom, 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 boom. We've got up here well, first of all, you see we've got a placeholder here. All right. And what it looks like is that that's putting Modernizer and making that available to the system. That's fine. What else do we have in here? Well, we've got a script manager right there, which ends there and it starts there. What does that mean? That means that all pages that cascade or are created from this master page are automatically going to have these particular files added to them. So what's the advantage of this? Well, if you notice, we're up to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different files, which we have to only add once in one of our files, that being the master file, and every file that gets created based off of this master file will now have those files available to it. And if we look down here, we've got div class container body content. We've got a placeholder down here with, it looks like nothing in it, but we've got down here a footer. That footer with a date, time, etc., all those goodies should now be available and should be on every single one of the pages that we create from the site, okay, that has that's created from the new master page. Now, what I'm expecting is for you to say, okay, that sort of makes sense, but not really. So let's do it like this. Let's go up here to garbage 2. Let's right mouse click. Let's choose add. Now we could do new item and choose a form, but let's go to web form. In fact, we're not going to do that. I'm sorry. We're going to go here. We're going to go add new item, and we're going to go to web form. All right. Now it's called default 2. I'm going to call this example, kind of a dumb name, example.aspx. We want our code in a separate file, but for the first time, we want to check here where it says select master page, because we're going to base this off of our master page. So when we add, we're asked, well, which one of these do we want to create it from? We want to create it from site.master, and we'll click OK. So you'll notice, what does it have in here? Not much. But I want you to see this. That is, if I go in and run this file, so I'm going to my example.file and I'm going to say view in browser. And let's see what we get automatically. All right. We get this thing up here with application name, etc., and all those goodies. And we get this. And that's the same stuff that you see on the home page, down at the bottom, on the about page, and down at the bottom, and the contact page, and down on the bottom. Now, I'm not going to, well, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but we'll see. Let's go back to our master page. Okay, let's go back to our master page. I'm trying to prove a point here and to show you how this works. This is another one of those things that I believe makes more sense when you see it in action. You may or may not agree with that. So let's stop the run. Let's go back here to our master page. So let's go back to our site.master. Okay? And you notice here, what do we have? We've got our home page, our about page, and our contact page. Well, I'm going to grab this contact page, and I'm going to copy it, and instead of contact, I'm going to put here example, and I'm going, whoops, and I'm going to put here example. All right, now I'm going to save, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to run our main page again, which is our default page. Okay, so let's run that default page and let's see if anything's changed. Well, lo and behold, we now have example, and we can jump right to our example page, along with contact, along with about, okay, etc. Let me stop the run, and let me go to this about page. Again, as always, although it may not seem like it, there is a method to my madness. So I'm going to go to the about page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab everything that's in here. And I'm going to grab it and I'm going to copy it to our example page. So I'm going to put it right here. All right, so I've got title, etc. And we'll put in here, this is the example description page. Okay, so I'm going to save that. I want to go back, and I don't have to do this, but I'm going to run it all from my main page again. Now, you'll notice there's my main page. Here's my about page. It says about, your application description page, etc., etc. Now let's go right to example. All right, for some reason I lost that, but we'll get it back. This is the example description page. So I want to get that back because I want that to look exactly like the other one did, and it doesn't right now, so we're going to change that. So I'm going to go back to the example page, and again with this about page, Notice we put in here title equal about. Well, what we did not do in the example page is we did not say title equal example. Let's add that. Let's go back again to our default page and let's run it. So there's our home page. There's our about page. Come on. There's our contact page. There's our example page. You saw how easy it was for me to add another page both up here and the actual page itself. I did that because I based that page off of the master page. All right, now I'm already at 15 minutes, so I spent a lot of time showing you that, but that said, let's look at the how to create a master page, just this right here. And when we get to this client mode thing, we'll stop. All right? So, the starting code for a master page. Well, here's one thing. Notice it says master. So if we go and look at our site.master page, we will notice if we go up to the top, it says master here, where the other ones say page. But all of them here also say master page file. So which page are we cascading from, or whatever you'd like to call that? Cascading isn't a good word because this is not cascading style sheets. Now we've got two content placeholders in here in our master page. One here, and that's for all stuff in the header area, and in here for stuff in our body area. So the form element of the master page after the content is added. Well, what did we have in that form? Okay, we've got our banner. Remember, this one right here is this one. Okay, so what we are putting in there is what? We are putting in there that banner, and we are putting in there that simple navigation with home and cart and products and contact. All right. So how do you add a new master page to a project? Guess what? Jeff just showed you. I right-clicked on the project and I chose Add Web Forms. Well, that's if I want to put an actual new master page in. So let's look at how we would do that. If we wanted to, we could come to our project. It's right here. I'm going to go back here to design mode. But if I wanted to, I could come in here now and right mouse click, choose Add New Item. And we've always added new pages, but we could also add a new master page if we wanted to do that. You can even base master pages off master pages or have what are referred to as nested master pages, a master page within a master page. So I've shown you how to do that. Let's stop here and we'll pick it up with a page with the client ID mode attribute set to predictable. We'll do that shortly.